you can tell, the conditions are not ideal today by any means. The roads are absolute crap, but yeah, it's definitely gonna be a rough day, fellas. All right, guys, we finally made it up here to the area I'm trapping with Jeff. We got a pretty good amount of snow last night, but luckily it's a heavy snow. The wind died down, so it's not blowing around like crazy. The roads are still just slicker than snot, but first stop here, we've got one coon. I think we only got 2 dog proofs here, so you know, I'm happy with that. 1 out of 2 ain't bad. It's too early to tell how well they moved with all that snow coming through and whatnot, but I'm definitely happy to see some fur. It took us a little while to get up here today, so anyway, good start to the day. Alright guys, if you remember right, this is where I filmed kind of the blind sets going down along. You can see the footprints down along the bank. On the other side I had a couple blind sets. And we've got 1 and 2. So this really paid off pretty well here. This is a good little stop for us. That wind's starting to pick up a little bit. Either that or it's just I'm on a different area where the wind can actually get to me. So, but anyway, not the biggest coon, but I'm definitely happy to see a couple here. It's starting to look like they did move pretty well. So we just had that 1 coon at the last stop. So 3 coon in 2 locations. I'm pretty happy about it. I really think my hunch is right. I think they moved really well last night before the snow hit. We got 1 right there. I only got 2 dog proofs under here. This was ideal for a couple footholds, but we're also literally probably 75 yards from a house, and you know, technically it's legal to put footholds here, but you know, I'm new to the area. I don't know if these people have dogs or not, so it wasn't worth the risk to me. I highly encourage, just because you might be legally right, you know, double check yourself, make sure you're doing the right thing. We got 1 coon right there, and right down here by my foot on the other side, we got us coon number 2. So 2 for 2 of this location. That's awesome. We're stacking them up. I think this is 7 and 8. I'm not even sure, but it takes a lot more time to do this stuff. You know, these banks here, they're covered in snow and they're mud underneath because we had to thaw a little bit. So it's a pretty slippery slope. No pun intended. But anyway, don't judge my cheesy jokes either. It's been a long day already, but we're gonna get these guys taken care of and get down the road. We got a lot of stuff to check yet. Tell you what, it's a pretty cool sight though, that timber all covered in snow like that. I mean, that's pretty neat. Not very often do you see it like this, that heavy thick snow just sitting on the branches like that. Makes them difficult trapping and some really crappy roads, but boy, it's neat. We got some pretty good sized coon here. Actually, I think I can see the tracks where he came down through the trail that's now covered in snow, but there's a little faint set of tracks. That was pretty good high bank trail here coming underneath this bridge, but kind of a slow start to this older piece here, but happy to pick up a really nice big coon here. We still haven't even caught anything on the water. Got a fish stick down there and a couple DPs and just haven't produced yet. But this spot up here, this is number 2 off it. So we got this awesome beaver dam here. Jeff pointed this spot out to me yesterday. We got really fresh mink tracks up there. I got a 1.5 up there blind that I'm looking forward to seeing. It was a hole where he came out at, but even if we don't have one up there, we got one right here. So live mink, pretty rare to have a live mink anyway, but this is a big male here. This is a nice one. So happy to see him. That's cool. You know, I love catching mink. I don't catch a lot of them every year, but they are a very neat animal. So pretty slow day for the coon. We've only got 1 so far. Well, on the second half, the oldest part. I'm not sure what our total is yet, but we only got a couple more spots to check. But even if we don't catch another coon, this guy right here makes it worth it. That's pretty neat. I'm happy to see that. Well, here's another coon on this really steep bridge here. As I said, it's kind of been a slow afternoon or early afternoon here. Something that I'm not a huge superstition person, but right before we caught that big buck mink, Jeff saw a bald eagle flying right off the side of the road, and he said that's good luck. And I thought, you know, maybe, but whatever. Then we caught that big buck, and now we got this really nice coon over here, and then we cross over to the other side of the road, and we've got us our second mink on a fish stick. So only once in my life I've ever caught 2 mink in one day, and now we got them one stop right after another. So he might be turning me into a superstitious person after all. That was pretty good. That's definitely something that's not something I see every day. So we're not really catching a lot of coon today, but I'll tell you what, it's been an awesome day nonetheless. Happy to see this. Hey everybody, it's really hard to see. I didn't realize actually how hard it'd be to see, so I'll get my phone out here and light this tailgate up. But we came home with 11 coon today. I don't know if I've ever had a trap line so mixed of emotions today. We started off pretty decent. The older line we got to kind of died off, and our new spot we set on the way there didn't do well. You know, I was really tickled. We got 2 mink here. I want to show you something. This is a decent sized female and probably the biggest buck mink I've ever caught in my life. Just absolute pig of a buck mink. But anyway, you know, it was good, but coming home, my battery died on the camera. I don't know why I fully charged it last night, but all of a sudden, I don't know if it shorted out or whatever, so I had switched to my spare battery when I got home. But I think there's 4 or 5 we didn't get filmed total today. I'm not quite sure, but and starting today I noticed a little knocking sound, and now I got my front left wheel bearings gone out in this truck. So I've got a spare trapping truck that I intended to have ready for this year and just never got around to it. So we're dead in the water until at least Wednesday when the truck goes in the shop. Luckily, you know, Jeff's a great guy, and I got another guy that are willing to loan me their vehicle tomorrow. I'm gonna be pulling stuff. I was hoping to have a couple more days on this line, but you know, I'm grateful enough for Jeff to let me, you know, go to his area nonetheless, and you know, letting me use his truck tomorrow to go through and run traps and pull traps. That's beyond grateful. I mean, you know, we've got probably 40 miles or so up there by him, just running up there. So I'm thankful for that. But it's kind of a bittersweet day. You know, the mink and stuff are cool, but I'm starting to realize that 1,000 might not be happening this year. I hit 1,082 last year, and that's kind of what inspired this video to show people what a average person can do. You don't have to be someone that sells bait. You don't have to be, you know, someone laid off all winter. I've got a family. I've got a full-time job. Yes, I took some time off at the beginning of the year to do this, but damn it, I've worked hard for this, especially when I've gone back to work. You know, there's sleepless nights, restless nights, spending time with the family, trying to be a husband, trying to be a dad, trying to, you know, work 40 to 60 hours a week given the week. And it's been tough. This has been a grind. And I'm not saying I'm giving up, because I'm not. I'm going to keep pushing till the absolute last day of the season. But it looks like tomorrow my main stuff's coming to an end. Really, really sucks. I'm really disappointed in myself. But it is what it is. You know, you can push yourself, and sometimes it just doesn't work out. But we're going to keep fighting. We're going to push for whatever we can get. But I was really hoping for 3 or 4 more days on this line and really getting some more ground out. But you know, like I said, without a vehicle, it's gonna be pretty tough. And you know, I'm not the guy that's gonna try to mooch the vehicle and keep going on somebody else's vehicle. You know, it's just, I'm thankful they're gonna let me use it to pull the line, but I'm not gonna ask for anything farther. But we still got a piece we're gonna hit here. It's gonna become a work line, but it's gonna be a long drive, because I actually go north about 15 miles just to turn around and go south then about 45 miles to work. So it's going to be brutal, it's going to be tough. But you know, I had a couple of my buddies tell me, quit apologizing so much, but for this I got to apologize. I really think 1,000 might be out of the question, but we're going to give her hell and do everything I absolutely can to get the best number I can. So like I said, last year was 1,082, and I thought I'd be able to duplicate that pretty easily this year, but between the coon numbers not being there and just struggling a little bit myself, it's been a hell of a season. So anyway, guys, I'm gonna go inside. It's Friday night here. We got a movie night with the kids. We're gonna watch some Chicago PD and Chicago Fire and stuff like that, and just kind of hang out. And I'm not gonna let this get to me inside. You know, it's frustrating, disappointed, but no matter what, I have a great family to go inside to. They all support me. They love me for me, and you know what? I got to return the favor. And above all trapping and anything else related, you know, I'm just happy to be alive, happy to have a family and a roof over my head, and you know, it is what it is, guys. So we're gonna keep pushing. We're gonna do what we can, but I'm pretty discouraged about it. It was a rough day. So anyway, you guys take care, and hopefully my short hair here doesn't try to run off with a mink. So anyway, take care, guys. We'll see you tomorrow.